Hi. In this group of critiques, I'm going to talk about the work of James, Landon, Brady, Jennifer, and Diana. Hi, James. I think you have 7/8 of a really great solution here. You have really strong graphics, color scheme, a backboard that's really interesting, but I can't figure out why there isn't a front to your display, a front panel that would hold the product in. As it is, the product may just kind of spill out of it onto the counter. And I think the only thing holding it back from being a terribly strong solution is that there's nothing up front. What I think that you have done is really quite good, and probably my favorite aspect about it is the backboard and the open kind of rainbow shape, and how you've got it to say Skittles kind of floating on top of that rainbow, and I think that that's very strong. And it's only brought down by the fact that it doesn't have a front to it. So good work, like I said, but it's almost there, and it has a feeling of being incomplete. Hi, Landon. I really like your display. I'm glad that you have chosen a gravity-fed display. I think that they are a little more ambitious for this project. Maybe that's not the right word, but they can be good fun, and you have come up with an interesting idea, kind of a tower castle-like structure with a drawbridge that is the point where the product comes out. I do like that it is cylindrical in shape. I like the job that you've done on the graphics, the kind of pinks and browns and blacks. I think it's brown. It might be all just be black though. Work well to draw attention. Your craftsmanship seems quite strong. The only areas that you may have for improvement, I know that you were thinking of using a stiffer material, and that doesn't really bother me. But just making sure that all the product doesn't pour out of the display itself. And the only other thing that I would be concerned about is the top. It doesn't seem to have any kind of lid, and that the display is open. And so it might be somewhat confusing for somebody to know whether to take it out of the top or out of the bottom, and just coming up with some kind of lid for it or insert that would cover that up would be simple enough. So really good, interesting solution here. Well, Brady, I think you've done a fantastic job. I really like this solution. I think that there's a whole lot of creativity behind it. I think that the graphics are strong. I think the form is strong. I think the tie-in between the display itself and the product is strong. I like the way that the graphics of the display work with the graphics of the packaging of the product. All of that works fantastically well for me. I'm at a loss to come up with something to say in ways of or suggestions on how to improve it. I think that you nailed this one, and it makes me terribly happy to see this level of work. I think it's fantastic. Good job. I like it, Jennifer. It is a compact, functional gravity-fed display, and this class is different than most because there's been a lot of gravity-fed solutions, and I find them quite interesting for particular products, and I think that you picked a good one for it. I like that your display is compact, that it looks to be refillable, and that it would hold a whole lot of the product. The one area that I don't think that it does particularly well, and that's integrating the product's graphics. And I had talked ad nauseum a couple of weeks ago about picking specific products that have specific logos and graphics and all those kinds of things. And what that does is it allows you to really run with those graphics and logos on the display themselves. And that would be the only drawback, I think, of yours, is that the logo type biscuit identity doesn't feel very integrated with the display itself. So I don't know if it was a product that you invented or they just have very weak graphics, but that is the drawback, I think, of your solution, is that there is no real integration of the graphics into the solution itself. But other than that, as a functioning display, I think it does work really well. That looks good, Deanna. I particularly like the cutout for the backboard, the two round M&M shapes. I think really draws attention. The display itself seems to hold a whole bunch of product, which is really important for a countertop display. You have good identity in the display, that you let us know what is in the display. It works well with the packaging of the product, and both those things are also very important in a successful countertop display. The one drawback that I do see with your solution is that it looks somewhat stagnant. I think it might be because of the very regular spacing and kind of centering of most everything that you've done. The only thing that's asymmetrical is the M&M backboard, where the one M is higher than the other. But if that wasn't there, everything would be perfectly balanced, right side, left side, which doesn't cause a lot of visual interest. So if my only suggestion for improvement here would be that you pump up, I guess, or improve the visual dynamics here, and have a little bit more asymmetrical balance in your three-dimensional composition. Otherwise, fantastically successful.